Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. This defense for the Cowboys, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
On now is the kicker Jason Myers for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it here. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he is going to have the Cowboys 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They get 25 yards out of that one. And that leads to a Dallas 1st down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. To throw on 2nd down. Foot. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So this play, until recently, only something you probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play.
And you and I both know that for a long time, coaches worried about their quarterbacks taking too much punishment, running plays like this, and they still worry about it. But when you can break up big chunks of yardage like that, it's worth the risk. Plus, you're coaching that quarterback to see those guys coming and get down before the big hit occurs.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Washington with a football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Herbert running left off the option. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
He'll decide to keep this once more. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Myers' kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now, into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and playing. Can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter if it's a weak team you're playing or not. Look, when I talk with one of the best golfers of all time, he told me he never played against the field. He just played against himself and his own standard.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Able to hit his target, Lamb, and they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Okay, ready?
On second down, it's Pollard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Foot. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. On 1st and 10, Foot. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, complete. It's Ferguson. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. First down, and it's Pollard again. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Foot. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Trying to run forward with Pollard. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On 4th down, Foot. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. I appreciate trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down, as you said, in the red zone. Definitely going to cost him 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The final shot before the break for Herbert. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. For the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the 3rd quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
They'll run for it with Robinson, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Here's Pollard again. And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They're going to try and throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. So this offense able to convert on 4th. And now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. Now a throw here, hauled in. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch it. Back now in Arlington. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Ready.
Operating from the gun. Foot got his man complete over the middle. It's Schultz. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Looking to throw. Foot over the middle. It's complete. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Now a give here to Pollard. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. The Cowboys on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Touchdown, Cowboys! C.D. Lamb with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys have broken our tie and have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it's finished off by the touchdown from C.D. Lamb. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get...
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsom.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Maher on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now Washington
down on the scoreboard, 2:23 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Herbert's throw into the hands of McLaurin.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it in search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Here's Herbert. And that is incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Pollard going to try the right side. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Touchdown!
Jamison Williams,
26 yards.
and the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the 1st down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
The Washington offense set to take over again. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. On the move past the 40. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run them.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They snap it to Herbert. A desperation heave for the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear the Cowboys are going to win this football game. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
To throw on 3rd down. Foot.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the 2nd half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a 2nd half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
so for the Cowboys, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders,
they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8.